Dennis's Heating and Air Conditioning is Northern California's premier heating and air conditioning contractor. From residential housing, large commercial projects, installation to repair, sheet metal fabrication, and everything in between, we are your go-to heating and air conditioning specialist.
Hey, good evening. Hope you had a fantastic Memorial Day so far. We'll be cooling off just a little bit. I know we had those 90s in the valley. No such luck, of course, through tonight, right? We're cooling back down to the upper 50s, near 60. From Redding all the way down to Chico, of course, along the coast and a little further inland, a very consistent mid-40s. I think outside of the valley, you can kind of expect that range to be between 40 and 45. A lot of consistency in this respect. You might be up near 50 near Trinity Center up further north there in Trinity County, so there might be a little variation, but actually seeing a pretty remarkably consistent sign there as far as temperature trends are concerned. Now, as we head into the extended term, well, I think forecasts will start to change a little bit. We're going to be dry for the next week or so. Maybe picking up a little more precipitation into the first week of June. So this is looking out a couple weeks, but to be honest with you, you don't have to head very far out east to start seeing that dry trend take back over. So I think it's going to be a while before we get a more active pattern. And here's why. Notice it's trying, it's not winning. That heat dome that we've been talking about is going to wedge itself back in here, warm us back up by the end of the week and into next weekend. And that same time frame that I'm just talking about there, end of the week and into next weekend, check out how that heat dome reinforces, and even into the first half of probably the next week, I would say. We're going to stay pretty dang warm out here, if not downright hot. Let me show you what that looks like on the 7-day here. So for tomorrow, kind of that temporary cool down. Trinity County is a good cross section, but notice that cool down does not last long. We're going to be back in the upper 80s, lower 90s by the end of the week. And like I said earlier, I'm thinking Friday, Saturday, that's going to be the warmest portion of the week, and I think the coolest portion of the week is going to be through tomorrow and through Wednesday. Of course, along the coast, you don't see those variations quite as much. Upper 50s, lower 60s is a story from Humboldt County up to Del Norte County along the coast, but head a little further inland, you really get a good sample of that trend. Notice over the next couple of days, we'll call it lower to mid 70s, and then you get back to the upper 80s, maybe even near 90 up here, for example, up closer to northern portions and eastern portions of Del Norte County, western portions of Siskiyou County. Speaking of Siskiyou County, here's what we got for tomorrow. Widespread upper 70s across the area. Dunsmuir, you might be near 80, but I'll tell you what, Mount Shasta City, check that out. From 73 to 85, a good 10 to 15 degree spread from Wednesday to Friday and Saturday. So that warming trend definitely brings us up by the end of the week. Out towards Modoc County, we're going to be looking at the mid to upper 70s here for tomorrow. Clear skies, maybe a few patchy clouds. Check it out by Alturas. You're going to be in the upper 70s and lower 80s by that same time frame as well, which again, Friday, Saturday there. And out towards the eastern mountains in Plumas County, you're doing pretty good out there with widespread upper 70s, probably right near 80 when all is said and done with it. And we'll be back in the upper 80s, probably near 90 by the time we're heading through the end of the week and into next weekend. And of course, I think in the valley, triple digits might be in the books here as we head through this time frame Friday, Saturday, maybe into the first half of next week as well. So we're definitely starting to creep into June. That's when we kind of really start to see those temperatures trending up. Valley North, Lakehead, all the way down to Red Bluff, upper 80s. You know, give it 1 to 2 degrees of wiggle room. You might very well see 90 out here, but we're all going to see some 90s as we head through Thursday, Friday, Saturday, maybe even 100 in the big picture. So like I said, staying dry for the next 7 to 10 days. It's going to be a couple more weeks, I think, before we start seeing more active weather in the North State.